I'm not going to lie, asked a very good question, which I'm going to break it down with this concept. Have you ever asked yourself how plants came into existence? Look, the origin of plants evolved from algae, which is like a microscopic tiny organisms that is usually found in the pond or in the ocean, which these microscopic organisms are like their ancestors that was in the water that later transitioned to land around 470 million years ago, which their growth started through photosynthesis, using sunlight, water and CO2 to make foods, and they adapted to that environment by mutation, and the evolving structures like roots, leaves, stems for survival. And this is how plants came into existence, and it is by mutation. Nobody created it. Although in a biblical perspective, it was said that plants were created by God in the tree of creation, which is written in the book of Genesis. And according to biblical creation, this world came into existence 6,000 years ago, and everything on it was created in 6 days, and God rested in the 7th day. But scientifically, this world has already had life in it for billions of years, which there's a lot of proofs backing this claim, why the Bible has none. And this same fact goes to how human being came into existence, because human mutated and evolved from primate ancestors in Africa around 300,000 years ago. Human developed through natural selection and adapting to the environment, which human race are said to evolve from monkeys around 6 to 8 million years ago, because human being and monkeys are sharing the same common DNA. But for me, that's total BS, because black people are the original human to ever mutate on Earth billions of years ago, which the early humans later spread out of Africa to different parts of the world, which they migrated and adapted to crazy environments like the Arctic, the desert, and the forest. And that's how human race color mutation started. I'm not disputing that there is no force of creation. There is, but it is not the one religion sold to you. The original humans knew that you all have souls, and when we die, we return to the source energy, which is nature, because we are one with it. That's why Africans adored and paid homage to trees and called them deities, because they are nature. And they did this because nature was responsible for the food, medicine, shelter, and protection we received, which Africans are grateful for. So we show the appreciation by adoring them, because we know that when we die, we are still going to return to source and become one with nature. And that's why we are buried under the ground, because by doing so, it means returning back to roots. They said Africans adored idols and worship non-living things, but they came with cemented and plastic statues and gave to you, and you accepted. Now ask yourself, the cemented and the plastic images they brought to Africa and the trees we adored as Africans, which one is non-living thing? Because the last time I checked, trees are living things. Based on the biblical creation, it is said that the world came into existence 6,000 years ago, which Adam and Eve were the first human on earth, and everything on earth was created in the 6 days, and God rested in the 7th day. Bro, that's a total BS created by your fellow human being to keep you controlled. Look, nobody knows how this world came into existence, and nobody knows the ending. Just like the mystery of God's existence, which is simple. God is this world, and this world is nature. And when we die, we return to nature, which is the force of creation. So to summarize it all, force of nature is the creator of everything that exists and have life in them. This is called common sense, but here this sense is not common.